You probably know someone like this. A man with brilliant ideas, bold dreams, and the conviction that he is meant for something extraordinary. He speaks endlessly about future projects and possibilities, yet nothing truly materializes. There is always an explanation. The timing was wrong. The people were wrong. The world simply hasn't understood him yet. Maybe he is a childhood friend, a younger brother, a boyfriend, or even a father. Someone who, despite getting older, seems frozen in time. An adult who still behaves like a boy, restless, emotionally unstable, resistant to commitment, always chasing freedom while avoiding responsibility. And perhaps part of you still hopes he will change. Carl Jung described this pattern as the Puer Aeternus, the eternal boy. It is the archetype of the man who refuses to grow up, who lives permanently in transition. He behaves as if he is always preparing to start life, but never truly begins. His youthful energy, creativity, and spontaneity can be captivating. Yet behind that charm lies a deeper issue, an inability to face reality. The Puer expects life to align with his desires. He imagines the perfect partner, the perfect career, the perfect future. When reality fails to match those fantasies, he retreats. He abandons the effort and returns to the cycle of unfinished dreams. He tells himself he is too exceptional for an ordinary life of discipline and routine. In truth, he is paralyzed by fear. Fear of failure, frustration, and adulthood itself. Trying to help someone like this is exhausting. Advice is ignored. Support leads nowhere. You try to push someone forward who secretly refuses to move. And the cruelest part is how he makes you feel guilty, as if expecting maturity were unreasonable. The truth is simple. This man is trapped in a fantasy of freedom that is actually a prison built from fear and immaturity. If he never wakes up, he may grow old without ever truly living. This is not an attack, it is a mirror. And if these words resonate, it may be because you recognize this pattern, perhaps in someone close, perhaps in yourself. The path of the Puer Aeternus does not have to end in stagnation, but change begins only when the truth is faced. The Puer Aeternus is more than a personality trait. It is a deep archetype operating in the unconscious of many men. It is often mistaken for charisma, spontaneity, or a free spirit. Yet beneath that light surface lies a powerful resistance to maturity. Jung observed this pattern repeatedly. The Puer refuses to leave the psychological paradise of childhood, the safe place where everything is protected and taken care of. He lives sustained by the promise of a glorious future that never quite arrives. He imagines himself special and destined for greatness, yet never truly takes responsibility for his life. You have likely seen this pattern. Men who move endlessly from job to job, searching for something meaningful. Men who begin projects with enthusiasm, but abandon them when difficulties appear. Men who fall intensely in love, but disappear once relationships require responsibility. Often these men are intelligent and talented. The Puer is frequently creative, sensitive, and imaginative. But because of this, he remains trapped in the world of ideas, while avoiding the weight of reality. He wants success without sustained effort, love without commitment, achievement without discipline. He wants the rewards of adulthood without paying the price of maturity. When life refuses to deliver these things easily, he rebels. He blames society, circumstances, or other people, anyone but himself. Jung noted that the Puer lives disconnected from time. He is always waiting for the right moment, the right opportunity, the right phase of life. His existence is suspended in not yet. He lives in the future instead of the present. Because of this, he does not truly live. He drifts, sustained by dreams that slowly become burdens. Yet the archetype is not purely negative. The Puer also carries something valuable. He represents inner youth, imagination, and the capacity to reinvent life. The problem is not the boy within the man. The problem appears when that boy dominates the entire personality. At first, a man influenced by this archetype can seem fascinating. He appears spontaneous, creative, and unconcerned with rigid expectations. In a world full of routine and obligation, that can feel refreshing. But this freedom is often an illusion. The Puer is not truly free. He is escaping from failure, from rejection, from responsibility. Every decision he postpones and every commitment he avoids deepens the prison he calls independence. He may say he rejects ordinary work because he was born for something greater. In reality, he often fears routine and accountability. He may say relationships restrict him, but what he truly fears is intimacy and responsibility. What appears to be rebellion is often avoidance. He wants to remain light and unburdened, drifting through life without roots. But without roots, nothing grows. Without effort, nothing matures. Real freedom is not the absence of commitment. It is the conscious choice of what deserves your dedication. But the Puer rarely chooses. He escapes. And in that escape, he not only sabotages his own life, he gradually hurts the people who try to love him. In the beginning, his energy feels exciting. He is passionate and inspiring. But over time, the brightness fades. Lightness becomes absence. Sensitivity becomes instability. Freedom reveals itself as avoidance. Small patterns of self-sabotage appear. Missed commitments, broken promises, constant changes of direction. Each time there is an explanation. I'm not ready. I need more time. I don't want to force things. But beneath those words lies fear. Fear of growing up, fear of mistakes, fear of being ordinary. Romantic partners often feel this most deeply. They fall in love with someone full of promise who rarely follows through. He speaks about the future, but takes no real steps to build it. Friends grow tired of supporting someone trapped in endless beginnings. Family members watch talent slowly fade into unrealized potential. Yet the Puer rarely sees the problem within himself. He believes the world is rigid and restrictive. Those who mature appear, in his eyes, to have betrayed freedom. So he withdraws further, convinced he is protecting his authenticity while remaining trapped in fear. Jung once said, "We do not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious." The shadow of the Puer must be faced. The child within the man is not the enemy. The danger appears when that child becomes the ruler of his life. Behind this pattern there is often another influence, the archetypal mother. Many men who remain psychologically immature were protected too much, sometimes by a literal mother who solved every problem and shielded them from consequences, sometimes by caretakers who unintentionally reinforced dependency. The result is a man who seeks in women not a partner, but protection, someone who understands without challenging, supports without demanding, and cares without limits. This dynamic may feel comforting at first, but it prevents growth. As long as someone else carries the weight of life, he never develops the strength to carry it himself. Breaking this pattern is painful. It requires separation from dependency, and the courage to stand alone. Yet this rupture often marks the beginning of real maturity. Eventually, the illusion begins to collapse. Unfinished dreams grow heavy, opportunities narrow, failed relationships leave scars. Sooner or later, the question appears: how long will I live as if I have unlimited time? This is the turning point. The pain of remaining immature becomes greater than the fear of growing up. Transformation is not comfortable. Jung described individuation, the process of becoming oneself, as a kind of psychological birth, and every birth involves struggle. The first step is the collapse of fantasy, realizing that life will not wait for perfect conditions, that no one will come to rescue you. Growing up does not mean betraying your inner spirit. It means giving it structure. It requires letting go of the imagined life that never happened, letting go of the eternal boy who believed possibility alone was enough. Yet maturity does not destroy that boy. It places him under the guidance of the adult self. Imagination remains, creativity remains, vision remains. But now they are supported by discipline, commitment, and action. Maturity means choosing responsibility when escape would be easier, remaining committed when excitement fades, working steadily even when inspiration is absent, staying present in relationships when idealization disappears. It means exchanging the thrill of endless beginnings for the deeper power of continuity. When the pure is integrated rather than dominant, he transforms. The eternal boy becomes a source of creativity and vision within a grounded adult, capable of acting in the real world. This is true rebirth, the moment imagination and responsibility begin working together. If these words resonate with you, it may be because you recognize the pattern, perhaps in someone close, perhaps in yourself. There is no shame in that. Every person carries the temptation to remain a child in a world that demands maturity. But life does not wait forever. Eventually, you must choose between the world of promises and the world of fulfillment. That crossing begins the moment you stop running. The Puer Aeternus hides behind the language of freedom and misunderstood genius. Yet in reality, he weakens your foundations and prevents real creation. He will not disappear on his own. You must recognize him, confront him, and integrate it. True maturity begins when you stop waiting for someone to save you and start taking responsibility for your own life. Responsibility is not a prison. It is a path to power. And real freedom is not doing whatever you want. It is having the strength to choose what truly matters and committing to it.